YouTube. Hi, my name is Mark, and this is
Jeff.
This channel is all about motorsports, from racing to exotic cars and even simulators. Today's video, we're going to do a review of Eagles Canyon Raceway in Decatur, Texas. So come along, let's talk about this. I think you'll find it interesting. So, Eagles Canyon, this will be a fun conversation. So many of you may know of Eagles Canyon. It's been around for a few years. The track was previously built and owned by the Cook family, and that was back, gosh, when was that? 2005 or 6 or so, something kind of in that range. I have Jeff over here, by the way. Anyway, so some of you may know this track from back in those days, and we were members back then. It was a decent track to a degree. It unfortunately was underfunded from a development and such, and the maintenance for the track itself. So it did not leave the best, I think, experience for most people that knew of it. So I only say that because Eagles Canyon today is far from that. It was purchased, I think, about 2-3 years ago, if I'm correct on that. And the new owners are fantastic, motorheads, of course, and I say that with all due respect. So brand new owners, brand new track, brand new everything going on here. So kind of starting with this video, I really just want to say that if you thought of Eagles Canyon from years past, you should reconsider it. This is a completely different track. So I'm going to show you around. We're going to show you some of the facilities around the track. I'll probably do and show you a little bit of helmet cam or visor cam footage in my race car to show you what the track's like. But I think it's important that we talk about the positives and also, you know, the areas of improvement, right? But the majority of this video, and it's true, there's many positives to share with you about Eagles Canyon, right, Jeff?
Absolutely.
So if I pan around and just start here, this is a new facility that was built, I think, about 6 months ago, if I recall. This is on the top of the hill of the track, and you can see some cars out on the track here at the moment. Yeah, when the front straightaway's down here. But just focusing on this building, it's a pretty new building. It's for the timing and scoring facility on the track. It's got a great little view of the start-finish line area. So this is a new building that was added relatively recently. Anyway, this is a new facility. Timing and scoring has access to this. Let me just walk in and show you what this is. It's a great lounge as well, as you can see here. Let's walk over here on this side. So a nice restroom, table and chairs. You have great visibility of the track, and nice little refrigerator bar set up here. So very nice. And you know, I gotta say, this is not such a bad thing to be able to sit there and in a nice recliner and sit here and watch the track. So very cool. And walking over here, this is the timing and scoring room itself. So you can see this is actually very nice setup for racing events and so on. So that's just some of the stuff that Eagles Canyon, the Raceway, is doing. Anyway, just wanted to throw that in. So let's start with this. Up on top here again, this is the start-finish line of the racetrack over here, top of the hill. So this was a relatively new ad. You can see a nice covered area that was added on top of the hill here. The trailer behind that is for concessions. So this is a nice spectator area. And for those of you who know Texas, you know the summer heats can get a little warm out here. So as I just pan around here, and this is one of the old residence homes, part of the track. I think they use that for members, if I'm not correct. But if I just roll around here, this is some of the parking area on the top of the hill for spectators and viewing. So it's only gravelled at the moment, but they're expanding on that as well. And if we walk down here, we'll take you down here and show you one of the first pretty cool spectator viewing areas. So this facility over here, grandstands, is a permanent base grandstand. It's multi-layer or level, and this was put in place at turn 1 a few months ago. So let's walk up here and let's see what it looks like. So as we're walking up the grandstands, this is a members day. There's some cars out on the track, so we can walk over here and you can see what this looks like firsthand. So this is a pretty trick. You can get right down here close. There's turn 1 right over here where I'm pointing. And if I turn here to the left, looking down the track, you can see the green flag, the start finish. Looks like it's an Audi on the track. So that gives you an idea what this grandstand looks like, and for spectators viewing at Eagles Canyon, you know, this is actually very, very cool. And if you notice when I was panning around here, you see these small little station down here. If you look up, there's one in the distance over here as well. Those are flag stands. All typical racetracks, you know, purpose-built racetracks have those at the different corners. And for racing events and so on, you have corner workers there that manage flags and so on. Okay.
So a lot of racetracks have different configurations, longer courses that they can run, and then some shorter ones if they want to do a special driver school or anything like that. So today they are running a shorter course here at Eagles Canyon. I think it's the 1.6 mile counterclockwise. You can kind of see from this vantage point, you can see most of the track. They do disappear a little bit back over there in turns 3 and 4, and then you can see these guys coming through this short chute right across here. Instead of turning and going back to the other side of the back side of the track, they just come across here and run this configuration. It's a pretty quick track. Lap times are pretty fast. Just a way that they can do it. They run them both, you know, clockwise and counterclockwise.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is it 2 or 3 configurations here? I don't remember. It's at least 2. I know at least 2. Yeah. So, but anyway, you get Jeff's point, right? There's multiple configurations at this track, and today they're running the short track counterclockwise. Pretty cool. So let me talk about one of the, I would say, the most positive aspects of Eagles Canyon. Before I talk about the track, which is the most positive piece, you know, let me start with this, or say this as well. It is an absolute pleasure to see, as a driver, to see a track where the ownership is so dedicated in building a facility and track and circuit that is extremely premium. So, you know, the odd thing with this place, odd in a good way, it seems like every week we come out here, or every couple of weeks, there's something new going on. There's a new facility, there's a new something. So that's actually, you know, very much appreciated as a member, but it's really neat to see this facility develop the way it is. So that I wanted to mention that. But back to the track. So this is a racetrack. So if the racetrack isn't good, it doesn't matter how good the facilities are, right? When the ownership bought this facility about 2 years ago, roughly, they completely ripped up the old track, completely down to bare earth. They didn't just try to repave and deal with it. They ripped it up. They changed the configuration slightly. So the long track here is a 2.7 mile circuit, and it has a bit of everything. It's 15 turns. It's got about 80 or 100 foot roughly of elevation, some off camber. It has several double apex corners. It has high speed and low speed corners. But the track itself, not just the configuration, but this is the smoothest track I've been on, actually, from what I can remember. It's extremely smooth. It's a great driver's track with a lot of challenging aspects to it. And so for me, the number one thing about Eagles Canyon is the track. It's the track, it's the track. So that's the thing that comes to mind. I don't know, Jeff, you want to say anything about the track?
The surface is so much better. The previous track got very bumpy. I was fortunate enough to be on it when it was brand new and it was smooth. But over the years, just with different race cars, different races, it just developed a lot of bumps. And a lot of you may have that in your memory of Eagles Canyon and not want to come back out here. But they have redone the course. It is very smooth. We obviously drive a formula car, is very low to the ground, so smooth is important for us. Yeah. And yeah.
Actually, one last thought is Jeff was talking about his experience with the track here. I would say another thing that comes to mind on the track, and for those of you who race, you know, you'll think of these too. So safety, runoff areas, enough curbing. You want to be able to push the car to the limits, but if you have moments, if you have a wheel off, whatever that may be, you don't want to collect the car and wrap it up somewhere, right? So obviously street circuits are very dangerous. This circuit though, in general, from that safety point of view, around the track, there are some blind entry areas, I will say that, but if you had an off, if you had a couple wheels off, for the most part, it's very safe from that end of it. So that's a good piece to pass on, okay? mentioned one very positive thing about Eagles Canyon and the new ownership here is the investment that's going on at this track. It's awesome, actually. And so I just want to show you a couple things kind of to that example. So if I pan over here, this is up the hill, but if I pan over here to this building, and there's some construction going on, if you can tell, but this is it's called the Concierge Motorsports Group. This is a prep shop for racers. Some racers actually house and store their race cars in there, and they're completely maintained by that business. So that's an option for you if you're a driver that needs to store your race car or have a service at the track. So this is here. It's a pretty big operation. If I pan up to the top up here, and we'll see if we can get up there. I don't think it's quite open yet, but that is actually a restaurant. Can you believe it? This track actually invested in and has built a full-service restaurant on premise for the track, and I think they're even going to have wine and beer and all the stuff that we care about. But I'm looking forward to when that's open. If we can get up there and show you that in a minute, I will. And we'll do a quick little walk around here for the Concierge building so you can see that, okay? So as I walk over here, adjacent to the Concierge building up here in the top, if I scroll down here, you see another metal building structure. That's a new garage that's being built currently. By the way, if you're curious about it, I think they've already rented out all of those stalls, but you'll have to check with the track on that. So that one is in process, and I've heard directly above it, this direction, there'll be yet another garage being built, and so you have to check on that, okay? While I'm thinking about it, from a membership point of view, so this is a membership track. You can run out here occasionally. They have some days where you can do a drive session, I believe. But go to eaglescanyon.com, the website, and they'll have a area there for membership. So I'm not going to get into pricing and those things. You'll have to figure that out and go through that yourself with Eagles Canyon. But like typical members tracks, there's an initiation fee, there's monthly dues, and so on. It's very competitive with everything out there, and I've been members now of 3-4 different racetracks. So just go to the website, okay? So rolling on the backside here of the Concierge business, I wanted to point this out. So this is brand new, and here comes a big cloud of dirt. So I'm choking. So this is basically a hotel. So I would call it man cave hotel because you have garages on the bottom, and you have basic hotel accommodations on top, and these are for rent. I don't know what they charge. I've heard they're quite nice. You'd have to check with the Concierge group, see what they charge for that. But if you need a short-term stay at the racetrack, race weekend, or whatever that may be, this might be an option for you, okay? Okay, so let me walk over here and show you this. So these garages, and there's 2 rows, multiple garages, I'm not sure how many. These have been here for quite some time, many years actually, and just wanted to share that. So there's a handful of other garages that are being built currently. The new ones are quite nice, but anyway, just wanted to share these with you, the garages that have been here for some time.
So here we are on the grid. This is where everybody gets ready to go onto the track when it's time for their crew. Bikes are out running right now, but this is where we grid up. It's a super nice facility. The awning is super nice whenever it's hot. You know, Texas sun, it gets pretty warm in the summertime, but it's super nice facility. And then we've got, you know, some of the workers here that do a fantastic job, and and you know, keep this place running.
Oh yeah, who's this over here? Why don't you introduce us who this is?
So this is Josh. He's
right. Who's he?
He's one of the good guys.
So who's this guy?
So this guy is Josh. He's one of the workers here at Eagles Canyon. Does a great job. Runs a great facility, and we appreciate everything that they do for us.
We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll do everything we can for you.
This is the main building here. This is where they do registration and different things for the facility. They got a nice balcony up there that you know, if you come out and you're running and you bring family, friends, whatever, they can hang out up here. They can hang out up on the hilltop, and it's just this is one of the first buildings here on the facility, but still super nice, very well done.
So these buildings over here, Jeff, can you talk about these straight in front of us?
So those are probably maintenance buildings for the track. That's where they keep their equipment, things that they prep the track with, emergency vehicles, certain things like that. There's another building that's kind of back in behind there, and that's whenever you have that's like the tech building. So whenever SCCA races here, or NASA, or any of them, and they have their tech inspection post race, all the cars will come in off of the track behind us here and go right into the tech area. And again, great facility.
So I say we walk in the main building real quick. We'll go check that out, okay? So let's do that, come on. So we're gonna walk inside the main facility here at Eagles Canyon, just so you can see what this looks like. And this is just kind of picnic area out front here. As we just walk through it. So it gives you an idea what this looks like inside. Nice little kitchen area over here. Of course, you got to have your coffee, foosball, TVs all over the place.
Just enough that you don't get sick.
And as we walk through there, as I'm being all quiet, right, because people inside. So as you walk through there, you can see inside the garage here. This is the main facility here at Eagles Canyon.
So here's the tech building. Also, they have an alignment machine in here.
Wait. Back to, you know, stuff's always new here. We're walking around the facility and looking, and we go, okay, wait a minute, what the heck? So
that's new.
yeah, looks like it looks like an alignment facility here for the track. So we're assuming.
Yep.
We're assuming this is for members and such. We have no idea. But this is on the backside. You know, again, here's the main facility here. If I rotate around, this is just other kind of staging area with the hot grid over to our left this way. But they got another tent over here, which is kind of nice. For large groups that may need to stage. So this is pretty cool. It's too bad they didn't have the whole thing covered like this for Texas, right?
Right.
Hey, so we gotta walk. Come here. We gotta walk around and introduce you to a couple folks. He's running away from us. He doesn't want to be videoed, I think. But this gentleman over here. Look at this. So he knows we're coming with a camera. This is Don. And if you notice these boots, these are track required attire. So this is Don. Don, say hi. We're doing a track video. Thought we'd grab you.
Cool.
This guy, well, okay. So there's some good things and bad things about everything, including this track. But this guy is probably the most difficult guy to deal with here at the track.
Definitely.
No, actually, Don's one of the good ones. He's the reasons why this track is great, so we just wanted to say thank you and give him a moment to have a smile on camera.
He's in the midfield.
This is the reason I smile is generally when your car's going around the track. So
Awesome. All right.
you know you're encroaching on, I think, the track record. I think you do have the track record for as far as the members go here, but you are very, very close to being the fastest thing
Pretty
out
close
here right now.
And by the way, so you know that other guy we showed you a minute ago, Josh, right? So this guy up over here, see that? He's holding the red flag. So they know each other, and
Attention Kmart shoppers, we have a cleanup and
anyway, looks like they got official track stuff going on, so see you, Don. Of course, a racetrack has to have race fuel, so here you can see a couple pumps and the storage for race fuel. I think there's 100 unleaded race fuel. There's 110 leaded race fuel, and I believe it's 91 or 93 unleaded. So for most cars, this will do. Just so you know, this is the track. Hey, so as Jeff and I are roaming around the track, we wanted to show you some of the basic grid area, you know, parking for the track. This has been here for a long time, nothing that new, but let me just pan down and show you the bottom of the hill of the racetrack. You can see some of the trailers staged down here currently. On the positive side, the track is continuing to expand the trailer parking space, you know, the overall paddock space, and so they're doing that step by step. So this will continue to expand out here. In fact, if I roll over this way, you can see there's even going to be, I'm not sure if it's going to be paddock or storage space up here, but they are clearly expanding facility because they have to. And you know, last thing, if I pan over here, couple other garages, you can see some of the bikes out. So for those of you who have been here, you'll know that there's been a limitation of facilities, bathrooms at the track, believe it or not. I believe this right over here where ground's broke, they're working on some foundation piece. I believe that is going to be the first bathroom facility that's not in the main lodge. And if I recall, Livio mentioned, correct me if I'm wrong, Livio, that that will also include showers possibly as well. So they are coming. There's definitely more things coming, okay? So Eagles Canyon is located about 12 miles, I think it is, approximately from Decatur, Texas. From the airport, if you're remote or coming in, DFW, I think it's about 55 miles ballpark to the track. And one thing on that side of it, right, lodging, restaurants, that type of thing. This is remote like most racetracks, but it's not that remote, which is good. So the town of Decatur is, like I said, about 12 miles or so from here. A couple different nice restaurants, multiple lodge, hotel accommodations. So if you can't stay here on the track, you know, that's probably your most reasonable place to stay for hotel, restaurants, and so on. And anyway, just wanted to mention that. You know, so if I'm going to be very honest and fair in a review of Eagles Canyon, there's a couple things that could improve. If you can tell, though, from the broader discussion, there's so many positive things here for this facility and what's going on here. I just want to reinforce that point that, you know, I would recommend Eagles Canyon for anyone who's considering membership, where they want to race, whatever that is, whether it's bikes, sports cars, Formula race cars, whatever. So I just wanted to say that. Now, the one area that's the most or biggest problem, at least from my perspective, is, and it's a safety problem. The track organizes itself for member days for bikes and sports cars. And the problem with that, if you're a racer that has high speeds, especially in my case, open wheel race cars. The track is lumping open wheel race cars with sports cars all in the same session. And this isn't new to the track. Conversations have been going on for a while. Eventually they'll take care of this. I'm sure of that. But just keep that in mind if you are a sports car or open wheel racer or driver, that currently all the sessions are grouped together. And I can tell you from my end, closing speeds on some of the sports cars is not good, meaning the speed difference is dramatic. And on top of that, some drivers that are on track are complete novices. So the track will need to organize itself better for the purpose of experience, cars and bikes and their speeds and such on the racetrack. So you need to be aware of that. This is an evolution. Again, I'm sure it will happen, but currently that is the biggest negative as I see it, and it is a safety problem. So I'll pan down. I'll show you a couple little segment video pieces from my race car, my eyes, my visor cam, where you can actually see a couple examples of what I'm talking about. And again, I just want to share that with you so you digest that, you think about that, and if that's a concern for you or not, okay?
Okay, this is bullshit.
Again, being very open about it from an area of opportunity, right? I would say cons or negatives, but no, just look, it's an area that can improve. The communications in general have been a problem. So there has been, I think, some gain or some improvement on that, but it could be quite frustrating. You're trying to organize and plan maybe a few testing days. You want to get out to the track, and not being informed of changes or what's going on is a problem. I can tell you for myself personally, over the last 2 years we've been here, I've had a few moments where I've been at the track and they didn't announce that it was the track was closed completely, and I just wanted to get in my garage and work on our cars and such. No communications in that example. It's an irritation. So anyway, that will be resolved, I'm sure, at some point. Again, growing pains, I'll chalk it up for that. Okay. So you know, Jeff and I here, hopefully you've enjoyed this, right? Walking around the track, showing you some of the facilities and things going on. And if you haven't figured that out, by the way, you know, Jeff's been with us for, gosh, a long time, back just prior to the dinosaur era. I think it's a long time.
We've known each other 19 years.
Yeah.
I've been racing with you guys probably about 17.
Quite a while, yeah. So, but anyway, you know, back to the track review and such. Hopefully, what we shared and showed you walking around this facility and talking about, you know, some of the positives and even you know some of the negatives is useful for you. I think about when I was evaluating tracks and such for membership myself, you know, some video like this or someone conveying or sharing some of this would have been useful for myself. And I think you were the same, right, Jeff?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is a great facility. They're putting a lot of effort into upgrading it, making it better for the members, for the people that come out here and race. It's a work in progress, but they're making leaps and bounds. It really is a good a place to come out and be around other motorheads and racers, and it's yeah.
You know, we really didn't touch on this either. You know, there are some people that just want to take their car on the track and do a couple laps for experience, right? And nothing wrong with that. But there are the racers out there as well. You know, and we're in that category. And so Eagles Canyon has a handful of sanctioned races a year. So for us, what we like, SCCA, which is one of the largest amateur racing groups out there, at least in the United States, they have a U.S. Majors out here, a doubleheader each year. They have a regional, so they have a couple events per year. I know Porsche Club comes out here and they run. I believe NASA is another one. I believe they come out here and they have events. There's a handful actually. So if you're the racer as well, versus just some track time, Eagles Canyon does give you access to that as well, right?
Yep.
So I guess that's it. I mean, I hope you find this video useful. Again, the purpose was simply to share this for anyone who may be considering Eagles Canyon as a track they want to race on, they want to become a member of, or just come out here and have fun and hang out with any one of us out here on the racetrack. But that's it for today. Appreciate you watching this channel and supporting the channel. And, you know, I do appreciate the comments. You know what? And we're out here goofing off. You know, folks come over and say hi and they say, we saw you on YouTube and such. And, you know, so it's a blast.
So if you're out here, come hit us up. We'll be here.
Exactly. All right. Well, that's it for now. Ciao.